If you've ever quit meditation because you couldn't stop thinking, this video is for you. One of the biggest misunderstandings, myths about meditation is that it is without thought, it is without thinking, the mind is completely shut down. It's peaceful, transcendence, and magical. And that's simply not true. Parts of it at different times is true. Here's the thing, I used to believe it was that perfect, that ideal experience, that magical experience. I'd sit down to meditate, my mind would wander, I couldn't shut it off, it would just be completely busy. And I'd say to myself, well, I'm not getting this right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm a complete failure. It looks so great when other people are doing it and they seem to be doing it so perfectly. Why can't I do that? And perhaps you've had that experience as well. But once I understood meditation, everything changed. And here's the thing. Meditation is not without thought. It is not the absence of thought. It's not possible. Our minds are completely turned down on all the time, right? You think about even the dream state, the dream world, if you remember that we're having experiences that time, even though we're at rest, even though we're sleeping, we're supposed to be sleeping. And the practice is asking you not to achieve that complete blank mind. The practice of meditation is for you to take a moment to chill, to just sit, be with yourself, and we're going to move through. You're going to move through the experience. You're going to ride the waves of thought, no thought, if that's possible, depending on the day, depending on the moment, because every meditation is different. I'm telling you this. So when you fight thoughts, here's a big point. When you start to fight the thought, there's going to be tension because that becomes the focus, and rather than the meditation and what you're really trying to accomplish here, right? Some sense of peacefulness, right? And then when I gave myself permission, and this is before I've even read anything, is I just gave myself permission to just go with the thoughts as it's happening, because I often find I have great creative ideas, intuitions, insights, so many things, kind of just emotion, thoughts. And we should be giving ourselves permission to let emotions, thoughts, feeling rise and fall wherever they land, because that's very healing. Meditation can be very healing. And so we're going to just allow that thoughts are allowed to come and go as they please, because thoughts and peacefulness, or those quiet moments, are intertwined. They are part of the practice. Even if it's for a second or seconds of peacefulness, that inner moment is what it's all about. That's and the thoughts too, right? It's all part and parcel for the whole experience. Meditation has a rhythm. I came up with this as I was writing this for you, that meditation has a rhythm. It's kind of like riding the waves, right? Thought, no thought, thought, another thought, and maybe that second or moment of peacefulness, right? We're riding the waves in and out as it's happening. And then what you want to do is bring your awareness. Okay, I'm in that mode of thought. Can I bring myself back into inner stillness, or the inner world, and using the breath. I love using the breath, being on the breath as it flows in and out, and just following it along, and maybe even using a mantra. I like to use a couple, whether it's peace or love, something simple. I don't have any mantra. I don't use a mantra that has an attachment to something specific, especially if it's a person, an event, or anything like that. Keep it simple for you. And then while I'm in the mantra, it's just guiding me back to some central focus. It's redirecting back to a central focus. The same thing happens with using the breath. So you're riding with the breath, a mantra perhaps, the thoughts, and maybe those seconds of in between where it's no thoughts, and you get to have that second of peace. That's pretty beautiful when it happens. And I like to say the whole thing is an experience. Meditation, the practice of a meditation is about the whole experience, the whole thing from beginning, middle to end. And the fact that you're really giving yourself time, holding space for yourself is the important piece here. I've even experienced, I've been meditating for over 20 years, even if I'm just sitting and I'm having a day, I give, I give myself that permission. If thoughts are just there, um, I'm, I'm giving myself that opportunity to just hold space for that, right? We need to be okay with what we're experiencing in the moment rather than getting, bringing tension or upset or getting angry with ourselves. We need to give ourselves compassion and kindness. I like to call it presence for peace. Presence for peace. I hope you have found this helpful. My name is Christie. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take good care.